Everybody's on alert. That's what I'd like to say. I'd also like to say it seems like potential tropical cyclone number 9 is south of what the models have been predicting. And I gotta say, this is a super weird storm. Now it is giant and hasn't formed a lower level low. Do those exist? Upper level low. A closed off area of circulation. So it's kind of just drifting. And until we get a good handle on the turn, nobody knows where this thing's going to go. So Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, even you, Georgia, and yes, of course, Florida, and, South Carolina. Everybody needs to be kind of watching this big bad bitch, and bitch is non-gender term. Because look at this thing. A, it is giant, and B, depending on where you think the area of circulation is or is going to be, it definitely seems south. So a lot of people are convinced that the Hispaniola is going to tear it up with the mountainous terrain, or if it gets farther enough to Cuba, Cuba's going to tear it up. And so we just got to watch out for A, it threading a needle, or B, it's shooting the gap. And then there's always a chance it could just head straight west and go into Central America. But at this point, I don't know. I got a feeling it kind of wants to go in the Gulf, but my intuition has been way off on this storm. This is a really weird storm. And then you got this thing down here, which we are watching very closely. And so, what will this be? I don't know, man. But nobody does right now. Where will it go? I don't know, man. Nobody does. Can we get Charlize Theron to give Cranky Weather Guy a old guard pep talk so he can come out fighting and totally break down? Because he's the master of the hurricane turn. It's one of my weaknesses, by the way. Anyway, but we got problems, dude. You knew that. All right. This is the QPF for a week. And so, I mean, some of this depends on where that potential tropical cyclone goes. But look, so no matter what, we're going to get a giant swath of rain throughout here. And so when the storm comes through, it's going to add a ton of moisture to the Appalachian and Ohio Valley rains. And so we do have the potential for a major, for lack of a better term, catastrophe setting up as far as flooding goes. Because flooding kills more people than wind. Did you hear that? If so, excuse me. So to me, it looks like it's going to form much farther south than the models have been predicting. The models are predicting it to kind of go straight up the islands almost and then into Florida. But it seems like it may develop down here, which would push it. I don't know. Like at this point, it's a major, like, I don't even know. I keep looking to where Cranky's advice on this, but he has been busy, I guess, today. He does a great job. And then you got all the volcano moisture from over here. Wait, give me a second to jump back to my point. So, I mean, it seems down here, but it doesn't seem to be drifting very northy. Right now, it seems to be drifting very westy. And so, a lot of it is going to have to do with the turn. It has 2 needles it could possibly thread, technically 3. These land interactions would tear it up. But at this point, we're like flying blind here. The models really aren't helping much. So we're just having to look at it and go with our gut. And that is why I'm definitely saying that, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida need to be aware. Technically, I mean, where this thing is going to go, nobody knows. And it seems like hour by hour, we keep getting a different kind of attitude on it. And you got multiple waves rolling off of Africa right after that. That's 1. I would say that's 2, and that's 3. I'm surprised they haven't put an X on them yet. Yeah, it definitely looks like it is going to be a very wild and active hurricane season. So I hope everybody's cool. The good news is Republicans and Democrats are talking about extending the unemployment benefits to January. So that would take some of the worry off my brain, because I don't want 30 million people to go without food, water, and bill paying money, in a pandemic, especially when hurricanes are punching you in the face. I don't collect unemployment because I have a job. Technically, it's your Planetary Defense Commander and Star-Lord New Thor 7 as your video maker. So I bring you guys comprehensive videos, and then it's kind of like a game show. And then I hope at the end of every month, you guys reward me for all my hard work through contributions. You can send it snail mail, T. Lewison 5430, Birdwood Road, number 416, the wonderful Houston, Texas, 77096. I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron. I've got $1,654 left to raise with 6 days left to go. I do this monthly, and I've been doing it this way for 4 years. So I would guess I'm going to make it this month, but who knows, man. 2020 is quite a crapshoot. And due to all the planets being on the same side of the sun, it's creating a maximum imbalance. So I'm not surprised to see a storm system that's really imbalanced right now, but it can definitely get its shit together. And so, but with this, not only on top of hurricanes and floods and stuff, we're looking out for major volcano eruptions and big earthquakes. And just people to kind of be mentally imbalanced a bit, you know. And then Jupiter and Saturn are going to be lining up on the 21st of December. You know, it's going to be a crazy, crazy rest of the year, bro. Plus, we had another 5.5 earthquake in Alaska. And then there's that stupid-ass election that everybody so cared about. I don't like politics at all. I would say don't trust politicians, but people don't take that advice very well. So, yeah, we've got, you know, this is an aftershock of the 7.5 we had like a week ago. I can't even tell time anymore. So it's been like all 2018 telling people, hey, man, due to all the planets and gas giants going on the same side, we're going to see volcanoes and earthquakes coming pretty major. And so in 2019, Popocatépetl, a volcano in Mexico, just started going off like crazy. And since 2019 started, this volcano has been active almost every single day. It blows my mind. It used to be not really that active at all, and now it's the most active volcano in the USA, in my opinion, which I think is contributing to the humidity and the water vapor and the heat and the air stuff, you know. And then we got another volcano eruption on Mars. Is that Olympus Mons? No. And then the space agencies are like, nope, that's not a volcano eruption. Although it always looks like a volcano eruption. They're like, that's a single cloud. But somehow the single cloud always seems to come out of the volcano looking like a smoke pillar. So it's, I don't know, man. It is really hard to trust anything government tells you on any level, you know. But shout out to all the cool people tracking this thing. You got quite a talented team at #weather Twitter. And Bobby's cool. Plus, you got a really cute voice, if you like voices. And special shout out to the Coast Guard. He's doing what they can to help guard our coasts now that our coasts are in danger and technically have been under attack by hurricanes. You know, Hurricane Hannah. Yeah, we have yet another impressive easterly wave just off the coast of Africa this morning, showing some solid spin. While this wave is unlikely to develop, it's a reminder that we're slowly creeping towards the real heart of hurricane season. I'm not trying to scare your pants off, girl, but we're right here. Okay? So just letting you know, we're right here. And so we've still got a month and a half until the peak hurricane season. I'm not a professional meteorologist, but I am a professional planetary defense commander. And what I'm trying to say is this thing looks like it's souther than the models. So yes, at Chick's advice, I'm throwing the models out the window and just watching it. And praying Cranky wakes up or gets unbusy sometime soon. Yeah, but there's the wave that Mr. Coppertino was talking about. And then this is a big storm, especially if it has any clear area to develop once you get past the island. So yeah, you know, it's going to bring a lot of rain to a lot of people. It is a convection maker. So yeah, you know, right now nobody knows, dude. Nobody knows. This is one of the most mysterious potential cyclones we've had to deal with in memory. Well, it is 2020, so it's not really surprising. I mean, it's dealing with wind shear, dry air, possibly mountainous regions in the islands. It's got a lot of factors to deal with, but, you know, be prepared for weird surprises. Definitely. Known unknowns and unknown unknowns. Widespread, strong convection, says Garrett Harvey, but it lacks a low-level center. or circulation. Plus, it is taking a more southerly track than what is forecasted. See, everybody's noticing that. But if it hits the lands mountains especially, it will weaken. But it is way souther than models, and it seems to just be going west right now. It's not headed north much. Oh, that was my phone telling me I didn't walk enough yesterday. Thanks, phone. All right, asking you shall receive. Thank you, universe, and thank you, Cranky. System continues to struggle to close off the southern circulation. Lot of land interaction on the way. The ridge also was quite resilient in its southwest quadrant and got a bit ahead of the system yesterday afternoon east of the islands. So the cone slides a bit west, tightens today. And so Cranky has it going over Mountain Killer land. So that would be good. But I still think once it get past the island, we have to watch it. And if it goes over the island and then up through here, and then takes more of a coaster hugger track, that could be a problem because then it would have all those waters to develop. Oh my God, dude, this is gonna be a cliffhanger all the way through. Definitely a cliffhanger. But if this is our, zone of area to watch, Cranky's great, by the way. Dude, this is totally a volcano. They have so many orbiters around the planet. They could give us live footage. Oh, they don't even do that for Earth. Man, how have we ever accepted such a government that is so embedded in secrecy and deception across the globe, really? Anyway, that's Volcano in my book, because this happened a couple times where it has a cloud shooting out the hole, which is, Anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine. See, at this point, it's all about the turn, because it, as Mr. Fisher says, it did indeed stay south of guidance. It's got that look to it, even though it hasn't even become a tropical storm yet. It's definitely got that look to it. But it looks like it wants to go this way. Cranky's really good at the turn, and if he says it's going that way, we should have some reason to believe him, but anything is possible. But across the board, nobody has faith in details of its, or confidence in the details of its long-range tracking intensity, brought to us by Melissa Nord. But like I said, if it comes over the mountains and then isn't torn to shreds and it does something like this, that could definitely cause problems. But I don't know, personally, I think the Gulf needs to watch out as well. Got a pretty intense storm over Mexico. And there's a heat wave happening, especially in the Canadas. And, this was severe weather. Severe as possible. Red Deer, Edmonton, Cold Lake, and then whatever, and L. Definitely L. All right, I've learned enough hurricane seasons to defer to Cranky. And so for interests up the southeast, mid-Atlantic, northeast coasts, if we're east of Florida, we have a discussion. But if it heads over Florida, then it's just a remnant rainfall enhancing disturbance riding up the western periphery of the ridge, full coastal sweep. And so, it wouldn't, if the mountains just tear it up and it heads into Florida, it's not going to have time to develop into anything than just maybe not even a tropical storm or just like a rain enhancing tropical storm. But if it heads more of this track and then goes up into the Carolinas, it would definitely have a day or two to intensify. So stay tuned, my friends. And I still just want to say, people in the Gulf, man, just pay attention in case this thing just continues south. Okay? Everybody stay cool. I love you. I will be covering this comprehensively because it is what I do. And if you would like to contribute for all my work, that would be great for this monthly fundraiser. I got a snail mail, PayPal, Venmo, CashApp, Patron. $1,654 left to raise in 6 days. And I got to say super thank you to Mike. You are awesome. Andy, happy birthday. Robert, you're super. Bennett, you're cool. Matthew, I appreciate you. Jess, oh my God, you're cute. Do I get in trouble for saying that? Angel, you're awesome. Wagon Breath, you're consistently super cool. And Dan is the man. Thank you, everybody. Stay cool, and I will be talking to you in the future. Peace out. But definitely, it's hurricane season, so even if this isn't a big deal, I got a feeling we might have a big deal hurricane-wise down the road. So let's be prepared and have a plan and all do our best to try and work together, even though it's going to be crazy for the next 3 months.